When it comes to movie directors, there are few as widely celebrated and recognised as Steven Spielberg, the man behind such classics as Jaws, Jurassic Park, and E.T. the Extraterrestrial. But there is one movie that he worked on that few people will have likely heard of, a sequel of sorts to Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Tentatively known as Night Skies, this long-lost movie was based on the true story of a family who claimed to have been terrorized by aliens. In this episode, we take a look at this long-abandoned movie and the real-life experiences that inspired it. Interest in Night Skies began to grow in recent months, following the news that Spielberg was working on a new UFO-themed movie that would be releasing in 2026. This would certainly be a return to form for the director, given that many of his biggest successes in the movie industry have shared similar themes. 1982's E.T. the Extraterrestrial, the story of a young boy who befriends an alien, needs no introduction, nor does 1977's Close Encounters of the Third Kind, a movie that also focused on the idea of benevolent alien visitors. By contrast, Spielberg's 2005 adaptation of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds was a very different take on the subject, featuring the story of a family attempting to survive an apocalyptic invasion by hostile extraterrestrials. But there was another movie based on the subject of UFOs and aliens that Spielberg had been working on in the 70s, but that was never actually produced. Known as Night Skies, the film was a tentative follow-up to Close Encounters of the Third Kind, though it wasn't a direct continuation of the story. Originally entitled Watch the Skies before being renamed due to rights issues, the movie was to be based on the real-life story of the Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter, which saw a family from Kentucky allegedly terrorized by strange gremlin-like alien entities. Spielberg had even reportedly reserved space aboard one of NASA's space shuttles in order to film the movie's opening sequence of the Earth and Moon from space. Ultimately, Night Skies never actually saw the light of day, and Spielberg went on to create E.T. the Extraterrestrial instead. The Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter itself, however, is a tale that's certainly worthy of a revisit. This strange series of events occurred some 68 years ago on August the 21st, 1955, in the communities of Kelly and Hopkinsville, Kentucky. It all began when Billy Ray Taylor, who had been visiting his friend Elmer Sutton at his farmhouse in Kelly, spotted something strange in the sky while outside fetching water from a well. The object, which he described as silver in colour, real bright and with an exhaust all the colours of the rainbow, proved so terrifying that he ran indoors and informed both his wife and the other members of the Sutton family that there was a UFO outside and that it had come down somewhere nearby. Before long, the family had become convinced that there really was someone or something approaching their farmhouse. What followed was a lengthy standoff lasting several hours against alleged alien entities, strange goblin or gremlin-like creatures described by the family as being approximately 3 feet tall with oversized heads, large ears and talons for fingers. They were also said to have yellow glowing eyes and silvery metallic skin. These supposed creatures were witnessed by several members of the family, sometimes peering into the windows and at other times retreating into the trees. Both Sutton and Taylor, terrified by what was happening, grabbed guns and tried to shoot at the creatures, but with little success. Eventually, unsure of what else to do, both families bundled into the car and drove to the Hopkinsville police station to ask for help. Officers could see immediately that they were in a clear state of panic about what had happened to them, with one of the family registering a pulse in excess of 140 beats per minute. 4 officers quickly drove out to the farmhouse to see for themselves what was going on. They found signs of a struggle, including multiple bullet holes, but no evidence of the creatures. So what exactly did happen to the two families that day? Were they genuinely attacked, or was something else going on? Since the incident, there have been several theories. One of the most popular explanations is that the family had actually encountered large owls that may have been attempting to defend their nest. Some types of owls are quite large and could, especially in the dark, account for the family's descriptions of small goblin-like creatures with talons for fingers. It would also explain how the creatures were able to so easily retreat into the trees. Similarly, it has been suggested that the families may have experienced a form of mass hysteria that impaired their judgment about what was going on. There are also some who believe that the whole thing was a hoax. The United States Air Force, for example, actually classed the case as such in Project Blue Book. Then again, perhaps the group really did encounter something unusual that day. Given that the incident happened 68 years ago, it's difficult to say for sure what really happened. So what do you think best explains the Kelly-Hopkinsville encounter? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell icon to be notified when we upload new videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.